Have you ever discovered an artist before the fame? Chief Keef. Soulja Boy discovered Chief Keef. Dude, I'm Soulja Boy's former DJ. He was replying to her posting actual images from the comic. You have never read an issue of Iron Man in your entire life, have you? I'm sure you think it is beneath you. It's okay, you were not the first, but some honesty would be nice. He literally wrote Rescue 2020 to dovetail with the Iron Man 2020 story, so yes, I have read Iron Man. A woman at this road gig told me she thought I stole a joke from a more successful comedian, but turns out she'd just seen me recently in a much nicer place. Asking an indie rock band to fix your garden shed. At Shed7, why don't you answer your phones? I've tried without success to contact you for weeks since you failed to install my shed on the 24th of November. Sorry to hear your shed hasn't been installed, Joe, but we manufacture indie rock anthems and alas cannot help you. We'd be bloody useless with a hammer. Once I told a man he looked like Jeff Goldblum, and he was like, who's that? So I pulled up a pic, and he said, oh my, what a compliment, he's very handsome. Then, as he was walking away, my friend walked up to me and was like, I'm pretty sure the guy you were talking to is Jeff Goldblum. Vince, a person who's ripping on your art on Twitter has your art as their avatar without even realizing. And he is confused as to why we think men shouldn't draw. Oh, sweetheart. Exclusive! David Ayer's cut of Suicide Squad is happening and it'll be on HBO Max towards the end of 2021. Not true! Again, we trust our sources and are standing by them. SoundCloud wouldn't let the singer and producer of his song upload because it's copyrighted by him. Day 6J. SoundCloud won't let me upload Pac-Man because it's copyrighted. And I just got an email. I apologize for that. Let me just click my phone on silent. Going through TSA at the airport, and the TSA guy looks at my bandit mask and says, I see you must have been at the gaming convention. You into Borderlands? I smile and say, yeah, you could say that, I guess. That's not a wasp. It's a mud dauber, and they're basically harmless. Sorry, I didn't realize I was giving an entomology lesson. I am an ACE Associate Certified Entomologist, and a mud dauber is a wasp, you dummy. Guy in line at Disneyland. Dude, you have a great voice, me. Thank you. You should be a narrator. You should do stuff professionally. Yeah, maybe I should. You have like a YouTube voice. I get that a lot. Seriously, you should make money. Yeah, maybe. I wish I was Prodigy, then I'd be a more successful voice actor. Literally the team itself. Did you trade Smoke? No, he has neck tightness and could be available to pinch hit if needed. Source, literally us, the Blue Jays. You know, there was a whole book and film made out of this song, right? No, I didn't. Go on, tell me more. I just realized you wrote it. That makes the original tweet even more hilarious. What a pansy I am. Twitter user explains to movie director how directing a film really works. There, I corrected you, grammar. I've got mixed feelings about this. Technically speaking, it's amazing and also makes me wonder just how many directors approached by Marvel left after seeing just how tightly controlled the situations are. Most of the directors control what the previs is. It's another tool like storyboarding. All previs for the Guardians movies is based on my storyboards. Marvel hires lower directors who have only done a few films and promises them the ability to make their own future films if they agree to make a Marvel film that they have no control over. In fact, they barely direct as the familiar crew usually do it, like on any TV show. Thanks for the inside information on the job that I have and you do not. Twitter is quite a thing sometimes. Attic Music Festival, I had my shirt off in the sun listening to bands. Someone seen the tattoo on my back and asked if I trained. I told him I dabble. He then said, I'm actually friends with John Wayne Parr. His girlfriend had to tell him I was John Wayne. He then came up to shake my hand and introduce himself, and it did not go well. And by the way, the sound effect when you take a key card, I know that is from a game called Smash It. It appears when you get a park. I mean like a circle thingy that gives you ability to do things easier. You have a sharp ear. It's a placeholder sound effect, but I made the game too, so it's okay. Someone lied on the resume. Talk to some women developers. I do, from Wall Street to Watson Research to a little big data startup in Tennessee. Not a thing, it's made up leftist crap. Watson Research, you claim. Funny, I'm a chief scientist at IBM Research, having worked with Watson since the Jeopardy challenge, and I've never heard of you. Having a BA in politics is better than being a constitutional lawyer, right? Weird of you to reply to a tweet of mine professing an all-seeing eye on U.S. politics and constitutional affairs off the back of watching one documentary. Maybe try a degree in it, and working there for 4 months helped my understanding is all. I'm a constitutional lawyer, Tom. As most probably know, QT owns the new Beverly Theater. Quentin Tarantino's personal 35mm print of Pulp Fiction plays tonight, Friday at midnight. Yeah, right. His personal print from his house? Like you just called him up like, yo, can I borrow your 35mm personal print of Pulp Fiction from your house, Quentin Tarantino? Old buddy, old pal? Basically exactly how that went because it's owned by us and him. If you're really a Star Wars fan, you would know that Star Wars has always been filled with strong female characters. Hope you got the virtue signaling kudos you were looking for. E-roll. I roll. Fun fact, not only am I really a Star Wars fan, I also happen to voice a Star Wars character who just happens to be one of those strong female characters. That doesn't make what I saw in the season finale of The Mandalorian any less thrilling or awe-inspiring. Spectre 5, out. The only thing I do like about Philo is that you cannot pause live TV and wait commercials out. Commercials are hard-coded into the timestamp and you cannot fast forward. I hope we get around to this soon. I proposed a feature to fix this, but we haven't been able to prioritize it above other things so far. It's intentional at this point. I personally communicated with the CEO of Philo and hear and voice my displeasure about this 2 years ago. I'm the CEO of Philo. Sorry, it hasn't happened sooner though. So many solutions to the lack of women in tech don't get at the actual problems. At Casey Johnson, read the full article. There's a chicken and egg problem with female tech role models. Men want to be the next Jobs, Gates, etc. I wrote this article, you idiot. Today I was wearing my sick as hell metallic PlayStation shirt, and a dude at the store asked me if I even play PlayStation, and then, when I told him I worked there, he proceeded to tell me he's been looking for a job there. Bad move, my guy. Attempting to disparage someone for their looks. Oh dear Katie Piper, who's she, with lips so full of Botox and a designer face drawn by surgeon on the advertising platform called Sky News, promoting a publication about people needing to be honest with themselves. Couldn't make it up, could you? My face has been rebuilt by surgeons using other parts of my body after my face was melted down to the muscle and skeleton following an acid attack. But regardless, I don't owe you pretty. Perhaps use your time more productively than commenting on women's appearances on the internet. Haha, dude, you look just like Young Gravy. Halloween 2019. I got the best costume award and $500 for looking so much like I love Young Gravy and Baby No Money. They're great. Quantum computers can do better than a naive, interactive, brute force governs algorithm allows a 25/6-bit key to be cracked in only 2 to the greater 1 to 8 iterations. This is still an infeasible calculation, but significantly less than what has been quoted. Love it when someone posts their Google search result. Yeah, I tried Googling, but it kept coming up with articles about some security researcher breaking one of Google's AES implementations in 2019. They have the same name as me. Weird. Insecurity. You can't do anxiety. Everything will go wrong. Swedish cat. Meowja? You guys really don't know how Swedish works, huh? I'm Swedish, you moron. And he has the #1 most liked comment of all time. Asking the drummer of the Smiths whether he's a Smiths fan. At Mike Joyce Drums, I noticed you post a lot of Smiths stuff. Are you a fan? Did you ever see them live? Never saw the Smiths live, unfortunately. Will always be a regret of mine. I had a pretty good view at every gig, though. Uberdrava doesn't realize he's talking to the author. This is Abdul. He's the lovely and kind Uber driver who drove me to the beach today in Perth. He asked me what I was doing in Australia, and I told him I've been traveling for the last 2.5 months. He said, oh, like Julia Roberts in that movie. Yes, my friend, just like that. I was plowing a street last night and got to the end, turned around and started plowing the other side. A man waved me down. I rolled the window down using some pretty salty language. He complained that I had gotten snow in the bottom of his driveway. Then he told me that he was going to call and report me. I smiled and said to who? His face changed as he finally recognized me and I said, I'm so embarrassed. I laughed and cleared the end of his driveway. Rip. You look like Rick Astley, mate. Thanks. I'm better looking, though. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Frick, this might be my favorite photo of all time. Thank you. It's my photo. I meet a woman in an art studio. She asks what I do. Writer, I say. What are you writing? A book on super rich people who claim to change the world. Well, are they? She asks. No, I say. That's the point of the book. Oh, she said. Later I learned she was Elon Musk's mom. Rip. So, very genuinely, what are schools actually being asked to do? Wait to see what your head teacher directs you to do. There are a few alternatives. I am a head teacher, you dummy. In the line to see Deadpool, a film where they mentioned me by name, a guy started explaining who Deadpool was to me. In case you didn't know, Gail Simon wrote Deadpool. Oh, Gail Simon, I love you. CEO of a massive esports team. Dude walked by me wearing a TL double lift jersey. I joked that he needs a new TSM jersey. The guy looked at me, scoffs, and goes, what would you know about esports? Getting a cappuccino today, and Bree says, did anyone ever tell you that you look just like Tom Morello? I say, all the time. He says, I'll bet. I order my coffee. He says, what's his name? I say, Tom. He says, your name is Tom too? That's crazy. I'm like, it is, sure it is. This is the dumbest cover art I've ever seen. I have no idea what this is. It's pretty good if you haven't seen it. He directed the movie. Not to kill your fun or anything, my dude, but I noticed you reblogged a picture of someplace in Russia for the aesthetic, and do you even know what goes on in Russia? I try to stay away from reblogging anything about it, and you should too. I'm Russian. When I literally wrote the article. Want to read the article first? You are about to share an article you haven't opened on Twitter. Oh my god. Explaining what baguette means to a French person. In what world does baguette mean wand? It's bread in French. Why would they fight with bread? It's just a slappy translation overall. No, actually, baguette means wand. The name of the bread is actually baguette de pain, which can be translated to wand of bread. It doesn't mean bread at all. It means wand, so baguette is the right way to call a wand. No, you're wrong. It means bread. Everyone uses it that way. Well, then everyone uses it wrong. What can I say? I just told you it's a good translation, and I'm French. I will look it up later, but I'm pretty sure you're using it wrong. He's right, though. Baguette just means wand, not bread. I don't know where you learned that. Friends at conferences, please do not assume that the people that you talk to do not know anything. I just got told that I should read what Stanton L. at found about pain. I am Stanton. Just to be clear, I would never expect people to know what I look like. The more hilarious part of this was that the earlier part of the conversation had more of a condescending tone with recommendations of what I should read, which happened to be my paper. Life, hey? How about you get off your butt and do something? Resist is BS. Run for office. Argue your points. I'm an elected member of the California State Assembly. If someone puts down a +4 card, you must draw 4 and your turn is skipped. You can't put down a +2 to make the next person draw 6. We know you've tried it. What about a +4 on a +4? No, you don't know how to play the game right. Uno. On my flight was talking to a guy next to me and it came up that I run. He starts telling me how I need to train high mileage and pulls up an analysis he'd made of a pro runner's training on his phone. The pro runner was me. It was my training. Didn't have the heart to tell him. You should have. Would have been funny. The USNSC Comfort is usually in Port Norfolk during a hurricane season in case it's needed. For some reason, the Navy decided to sail it to Colombia, oddly enough. Many politicians in Colombia are Mar-a-Lago members. Previously reported the hospital ship is critical. You obviously weren't in the Navy or Coast Guard, or you would know that the best place to be on a ship in a major storm is at sea, not slamming against the pier. You should learn the facts, even though the motto of Libs is never let the facts get in the way of a good story. I'm a captain, you butthead. Huh, my dude, she's not gonna sleep with you no matter how hard you try. He said about the girl I'm marrying in 31 days. There's a theory that the reason our solar system is moving is because there's a huge planet out there that has a gravitational pull so large that is moving all the planets towards it. Another theory is that it's a black hole, so either way, we're pretty fricked. Neither of these are true. The solar system orbits around the supermassive black hole at the center of the galaxy. How do you know? You saw it? I have a degree in astrophysics, so yes, actually. Her father was the lead visual effects artist on Star Wars. Found this. It's gross and smells old. Does anyone want it? Fake! That's not the movie was called, and they spelled the name wrong. It seems like you might be unfamiliar with who at Skydart's father is. Yep. Post-work family selfie from Go. Does baby Tara look more? Congratulations. And what happened to first legally wedded wife? Anyways, nice family picture. What does it matter to you, nosy auntie? Because I am still his legally wedded wife who was thrown out of the house, you idiot. I was at this airport and this little kid was running around in a full Thor outfit. His mother was there and she told him, look, it's Thor. Kid looks up and says, pfft. No, it's not. Stand back. To take a few steps backwards. Stand by. To be or to get ready to act. Incorrect. Stand by is where we get bystander, i.e. to be present, but not... Bro, you're arguing semantics with a dictionary. Also, open your DM. Star Wars The Force Awakens has completed principal photography. The title hasn't been announced yet. We just did. I was just in the elevator at my hotel in full golf attire. A guy asked if I was headed to Liberty National, and I said I sure was. And then he asked if I thought some of the players were staying at this hotel. Yeah, probably. I'm publicly credited for finding vulnerabilities in a wide range of software, including the password managers, but sure. My gosh, it's October and we're still going with unhackable and 100% safe as marketing terms? Really? It's a terrible look. Terrible is what you're saying. The tool is in fact almost 101% safe. That statement is entirely meaningless marketing fluff. It's clear that you have minimal to no knowledge about password security. In all fairness, I don't tend to wear t-shirts with my boss's name on them. A nice guy working at the grocery store today told Josh and that I'm too young to be wearing an Alice Cooper shirt. So, there's that, I guess. Yep, definitely. Through a friend of a friend, my name was recommended to a space startup as a good design reviewer. The enthusiastic young engineer that interviewed me asked, "Do you know anything about rocket engines? I'm inclined to take the job at no charge. Could be fun." Former space shuttle program manager and flight director for 40 missions. That Walmart truck is my design. Proof. Wrong, I watched a build tour, and guess who made the tutorial? This is like the person who legit is stealing my videos and putting them on TikTok, and I commented, "Thanks for stealing my videos." Like, I gave credit to the creator. I'm like, I am the creator. Went to a store wearing my own merch because I'm out of clean clothes, and the person at the register said, "Oh my god, I love that artist." And I said, "Oh my god, yeah, me too," and promptly left. Said nice shirt to this dude walking by us, and he had no idea what we were talking about. Thought I would capture the moment. Yeah, this is great. You're killing it, Smalls. 4 dudes giving each other portfolio reviews at Midtown Comics. One looked decent, so asked if I could look, told me not to bother them. Oh well. This rude gentleman may have just blown the biggest career opportunity they'd ever had because CB Kalupski just so happens to be a talent scout for Marvel Comics. Ooh, rip. I wonder if author Margaret Atwood has any idea what The Handmaid's Tale is about. The Handmaid's Tale comes to life in Alabama. Woman must heed the warning. Zoe Williams. I think you and I were watching different shows. She literally wrote the book, Chad. I've got no idea what the frick you're talking about. Read Ouroboros, you goddamn boomer. I wrote it. I got to throw the whole account away. Me explaining something I've studied extensively. Someone who just used Google. You're gonna look at me and you're gonna tell me that I'm wrong, Scott, my brother? And then he Googles it and it's wrong and he just shuts up. Ask the founder of Wikipedia to go read stuff up on Wikipedia. Most of the articles on Wikipedia have absolutely zero cited sources. This is a transparency false and easy to check. It isn't really helpful to your cause, whatever it is, to make things up out of thin air. Sir, this is a fact. Kindly read all the articles on Wikipedia first. Why will I make things up out of thin air? How would that help me or cause in any way? It is not a fact to claim that most Wikipedia articles have no sources. It is a false, and anyone can check it in 5 seconds. Stop saying silly things. Fun fact, some of the stuff on my Wikipedia is correct because I corrected them when someone was accusing me of something I didn't do, and I gave them proof. This just happened, and maybe this is where it all ends. Got an elevator with 3 people, one guy with his wife sarcastically, "And when I tell you," and stops me, "Yes, but you're the first today." His wife, "I'm sorry, I tried to stop him from doing this joke." Elevator stops, couple guys to the floor, other guy, "What's joke?" "I get mistaken identity a lot." "Mistaken for who?" "Tony Hawk." "Haha, you do look like him." Elevator stops again, he exits the floor, I am left alone, heading upwards and feeling perplexed. Oh my. I'm sorry, Tony Hawk, I murdered your tweet. To the person who messaged me yesterday with this, "I thought you should know that Fane is spelled wrong. It looks sloppy and gives a bad impression if there are spelling mistakes. It's my actual name, and I've been spelling it that way for like all my life, dude. You ever heard of a camera exposure?" Hey, Matt, I have actually about 90% of my stories on TV are shot, written, and edited by me. I love to shoot, and I'm not half bad either. I won my first Emmy for a story I shot alone, so I'm really proud of that. I've learned a lot from photographers at my station, too. I'm walking in the bank, and the security guard asked me if I ever watched boxing. I said, from time to time. He said, "You look like Delvin Hanley." Yes, you do. So pretty, Emma Watson. Thank you. I had an amazing time filming Harry Potter, and I'm really thrilled about all the new projects I'm doing now. That's not Emma Watson. Okay. Have a good day.